We are down to my last final hours in Hawaii, and I'm not even joking. Shout out to you guys. This trip has been amazing. If it wasn't for you guys coming back to the channel, watching my videos, commenting, sharing my videos to other people, I wouldn't even be able to have trips like this. Like, this trip was funded because of you guys. Like, Slater saw the value in me. He was like, hey, I got a grand opening, do you want to stop by? And boom, he let me use the truck the entire time I was here. We made a bunch of videos. We did 2 cruises. You guys saw all the videos. You guys saw how much fun we had over here. But before I leave, after spending a whole week with the JDM Hawaii team, we're gonna do a quick interview with Slater and kind of learn some more about JDM Hawaii. All right, so I'm here with Slater and just spent the last 5-6 days with you guys. Super happy. Let me drive the Hi-Jet around. The grand opening was a success in my opinion.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
It's funny too because I was here 2 months ago maybe, and you said to come back for the grand opening, and literally here I am.
You made it. You made it.
I made it. And it's just, I just want to talk a little more about JDM Hawaii because this is definitely a different dealership than the ones I'm used to and the ones I've been to. And I just want to ask you, like, why should someone buy a K truck from you guys?
Well, it begins with the process of the selection process. Yeah. We don't just buy anything. Yeah. And as we've touched on before, we don't buy from the auction. We are very meticulous about, sourcing our units. Yeah. And that's obviously one. Secondly is when we do get the units, we put them through our mechanical inspection. Yeah. Oil changed and all the stuff, whatever safety parts that are needing replacing, or else we take care of the tires if they're dry rot and whatnot. We do that automatically without and we have to do that. Yeah. And more so, we're brick and mortar. We're a face. This is the face of JDM. Myself and my staff. Yeah. We're here, and as the only. And not even if we weren't the only, JDM, our Japanese dealership in Hawaii, we have a name to protect. And when you buy a vehicle from us, you're trusting us to give you something good. Yeah. It's like it's kind of not the same, but you go into a restaurant based off the name and you're like, oh, I'm going to sit down and have a nice steak, and then you take a bite out of it and it's nothing close to and then you leave feeling robbed. You feel like, oh my god, that was a waste of time. Yeah. It's not exactly the same, but the kind of premise is there. Yeah. People come to us and they give us their money and they're like, okay, I'm trusting you to give me something good. Yeah. Now, yes, granted, they're 25-year-old vehicles and most of them are farm trucks because they're trucks. Yeah. But we're gonna try to give you the best product that's available. And that's, I think, what set us apart. Naturally, buying a vehicle from somebody on Facebook or on Craigslist, it's very different from buying it from us. Like us, you give them your money, they're gone. Yeah. That's it. You're not gonna be able to call them for anything. Oh, I thought you said that the vehicle was in perfect condition. It's starting to smoke, it's stuttering, I can't get out the parking lot, and that's it. And a lot of these people on these outlets, they use burner phones. Yeah. So the second the sale is made, that number is burned. Yeah. And you'll never see or hear from them again. And you're out however much money you spent. Yeah. And now you're gonna, if you really want it, you're gonna either have to go and pony up and spend a lot more at a reputable dealership, like us, or just scratch the whole idea. Yeah. It's kind of like, well, why would I buy a vehicle from a franchise dealership or from a dealership in general, or like a Mercedes dealership, a Toyota dealership, or compared to somebody that just have it on Facebook, say, hey, meet me at Safeway. Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing.
I can relate because I purchased a Hi-Jet, a Suzuki, 2 Jimneys, a Wagonar, and a Bravo, all from a dealership. Yeah. And everyone always knows the dealership's more expensive. Yes. But I'm really big on peace of mind. Like, if I bought especially a car, it's like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, I would rather spend the extra couple thousand just in case my motor blows. They're not going to give me a full refund, but they'll give me some money back. Yes. They'll point me in the direction of where I should go, because these aren't Honda Civics. Like, if you I don't know, if you lose an air filter is not as easy to find as like something for just a regular Toyota Camry. So that's why I purchased from like Boyke, 844 Imports, JDM Hawaii, like all those guys. Like those people just give me peace of mind.
Yeah.
Even the registration stuff like that's hard, especially in New York.
Yeah. And exactly so. I mean, because you're left alone. This is a vehicle that you're not familiar with at all,
and the country isn't familiar with.
And I mean, like, so
it's not like information you just learn.
Yeah, and then we naturally buying a vehicle from us it's gonna come at a higher cost, a higher price, because we have expenses. We have a lot more involved or invested so that you can get a better quality product. Look at the miles on the units that we have. It's not easy to find these cars. These units are all cherry picked, and I go through a lot of units. My guys, they submit only quality units, and they know the standards that we work that they need to provide us with. And it's not easy for me to tell them, hey, go and find me a 25-year-old vehicle in a grade 4.5 with less than 50,000 miles. They'll be like, dude, are you kidding me? You asking me to get a work truck in A-class caliber, basically, at all the while maintaining your price range. So yes, I'm gonna pay a little bit more to get a higher quality, and that directly translate to the customer. And we have a big facility. We have a 15,000 square foot location that's dedicated to just to make everybody comfortable. They can come, they can order, we can help them ordering parts. They can, we have a detail facility. We have rims and tires, and we pretty much have everything that they could need, and also, like I said, servicing.
Even just having the physical cars here, though, is a service. Because
absolutely.
Now, I wouldn't say most people, but maybe most people have never even sat in one.
True.
So, like, the regular guy who's importing them as a hobby, it isn't, like, the customer, it'll be much cheaper, but do I even fit? Like, that's another big thing. Like, how does it drive? Like, you can technically take someone on a test drive, and, like, that's value.
And, like, the customer that just walked in.
Oh, they literally?
Literally just walked in. I mean, she called in. She's from Florida. Her son is here. They just moved here. She called me up. She's like, hey, I'm looking to buy a K-truck for my son. We've never sat in one.
Did you know he was that height?
No. And the first time I'm seeing him, he's like 6'2", maybe? 6'2". So he's 6'2", and we're able to get him into something that fits him and his budget. You know what I mean? And so it works out. The fact that they moved here 2 days ago, and they need a car ASAP. Your average person would have to wait 3 months. Absolutely. And
or they're sitting on something for really long.
And then varieties. He was able to go in and sit in 4 or 5 different vehicles and see kind of which one fit him.
Literally.
That's another service that, that's one of the benefits. It's like, you go to any franchise dealership. If you go to a Lexus dealership, you're gonna, I want the ES, the 250, or maybe I want the 350. Maybe I'm gonna go up to the RX. You try them all and see which one works. So yes, it's gonna cost you a little bit more. But it's the peace of mind, it's the quality, and it's knowing that if something goes wrong, somebody's going to be there to back you up. Like I said, we may not be able to cover everything that go wrong, or we might not be able to even cover anything, but we will point you in the right direction. You buy a vehicle and then a year later something goes wrong. It's not like, okay, we're going to cover it, but we'll utilize our discount, our vendors, our discount, and that's going to save you money. And it's just knowing somebody. It's like the guy, like I know a guy kind of thing. It's
what it really is you spent a lot of money and you waste a lot of money to get it done the right way. Like I had a clothing line. Like I could use myself for example. I have a clothing line, and I put so much money in trial and error to get the right T-shirt, the right hat, the right screen print logo. And like that's expensive.
It is.
It took me thousands of dollars to learn that. So my price is going to be more because I know what I'm doing.
Trial and error, you mastered a craft.
Yeah, like I've done 6 years of T-shirts.
Exactly.
And the guy who just started or is doing it on the side isn't like we're on the same level.
It's different.
Like,
yeah,
I've
exactly.
lost a lot of money to do it the right way.
But you're at the point where you know what you're doing and you've perfected the craft.
Exactly.
So when someone comes to you and say, hey, you know what? I need this done. You're like, okay, got this. You know, like the stuff that we, you know, I don't have one on right now.
You told me 7 days before, and it's done.
We got the T-shirts. You know, everybody loved them. We got
the bags.
The you know, the bags. I don't have any.
I put some in there. But I mean, we're wearing them.
Look at the video link. Yeah, I'm sure you'll see something there. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And
I'm not cheap. I let people know, like, if you want the cheapest shirts, I'm not the guy.
Yeah, and it's the same here. Nor am I trying to say that I'm going to overcharge you.
Yeah.
The term overcharge is relative. Compared to what?
Yeah.
What are you really being overcharged with? For?
Yeah.
The expertise, like when you go to a doctor, and he tells you what his hourly rate is, or you go to a dentist, really going to tell him, well, I think you should be cheaper. All the years of med school and all the money that he spent to perfect that craft, that service that he's providing to you, you're going to tell him you should be cheaper?
Yeah.
It cost him to get to where he is. Yeah, and that's why you're having a conversation with him, because you trust him.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what it comes down to.
And if he messes up, there's something to fall back on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're here. We're not going anywhere. What benefit do we have by selling a bad product to a customer?
Yeah.
Especially in today's age. It's in our best interest to maintain good quality standards, good customers, and it's all about referrals.
Yeah.
You need that referrals. John, you're going to sell a car to John and John's friends and all his other 15, 20 friends. It's a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to tell someone, they're going to share their experience, be it good or bad.
Yeah.
So why not make it a good one?
Yeah. And you have everything to lose.
Everything.
The guy on Facebook Marketplace.
Everything. The guy who's selling you a JDM in the back of Safeway, he has nothing to lose because he's never going to see you again.
Yeah.
And God forbid you run into him, he's going to pretend he don't know you.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Go on Facebook and blast, I met John Thomas. He sold me a car. Well, that's probably not his name because he's not going to show you his ID.
Yeah, exactly.
So, look around. Just look around.
Yeah. Do you guys have a warranty?
We are actually, yes, in short.
Yeah.
So we're putting together a warranty program which would give you 2 months coverage. And it would be engine and transmission. If your transmission fails, we will give you up to $1,500 worth of coverage, and that goes towards repairing it. Okay. Same thing, your engine sees your engine, some issues with the engine. Yeah. We'll take a look and see what it is. Now, if you buy a manual vehicle and then you burn out the clutch, that's a completely different. It's a completely different animal. But and obviously everything's a case by case. Now, could it happen? Yes. And that comes back to us maintaining quality. We check everything, so units are checked in Japan, and when they come here, they're still inspected again. Yeah. So if something slips through the crack, okay, I'll cover it. Yeah. I'll make sure that you're comfortable, because that experience, if you buy a vehicle from us, and in 2 months, you can't even use the car again, I didn't do my job. Yeah. And I like to say, I'd rather hear about it than read about it. Yeah. Call me, talk to me. Say, hey, Slater, this is what's going on with my car, but give me a chance to fix it. Yeah. Don't just go and blast me because you can't find an air filter and say I didn't help you. Yeah. We're always going to be there. We're always going to try to help. We're always going to do our best to make sure you're happy, because we know how important it is for you to share your experience with someone else that's going to come back and buy another vehicle from us. Yeah. And like I said, literally, today's day one. Officially day one. Our grand opening was yesterday. It was a major success. And today's it. This is the way here.
And you technically sold the car.
And we just sold the car today. Although we're closed.
Yeah, exactly. There's no one even here.
There's no one here. We do it closed, and and it's just because of the report. Now, this lady called as a referral. She went to another dealership, to buy. She was looking for like a Honda, a Civic or something, and then she noticed one of these cars like driving by, and her son was like, "Look at that one, that's cute."
She didn't know about.
She had no idea.
But did he?
He saw them. He had seen them before, and the dealership that she was at, she just happened to mention it, and they said, "Well, you know, if you want a K truck, you know, call JDM Hawaii," and boom, that's how the conversation started.
Yeah.
You know, we met, and then that was it.
Yeah. And that goes to show too about like if you do good business, because if you weren't, that person would have never.
They would have never referred it. Yeah.
They would be like, don't go to that place.
Yeah. And I want to actually know who he is.
Oh, you don't know who it is?
I have no idea because I didn't even ask him that. So now tomorrow when they come to finalize everything, I'll find out and I'll go and extend my appreciation for them. And that's how it is. Yeah. Because. Like you said, it could have gone the other way. Yeah. Oh, those guys? No, absolutely not.
And there's always going to be those people, though,
but true.
Sadly, in the business.
But it's because of misunderstanding and not... So the glasses could either be half full or half empty. Yeah. It just depends on how you look at it. Yeah. So you could pine about, the glass, I need this much more. Or you could be like, oh, well, geez, I got half already, so I'm good. It's almost at the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just depends. You know what I mean? If somebody is bringing in 1 unit, 2 unit, and tries to do this as a side hustle and trying to compare it to, us that are bringing in volume about, 25, sometimes 30 units a month, who would you go with? You'd go with the expert. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody can choose at the end of the day, but I'd rather go with the professional.
Yeah, and it's peace of mind. That's really the biggest thing.
That's what you're paying for.
Peace of mind.
That is what you're paying for. And now we handle the registration, safety, we do everything. Yeah. We're not going to say, well, here's the website and go buy, you pay for it yourself. Yeah. And then when it comes in, whatever happens, it's yours. Yeah. No, we take care of that for you. You're trusting us to take all of that risk out of it.
And are you going to do custom orders too for people?
Yes, we do. If you have a vehicle in mind that you want, as long as it's within, obviously right now it's 97 and down.
25 years.
That 25-year mark. Go on our website. We have a vehicle finder. Tell us what it is. We'll work with you and get it in. We'll get you, once we've identified the unit, we'll get videos of it running, good, pictures and everything. And once you approve it, then we'll get it in.
And what does that take? Just a deposit, I'm assuming?
It takes a deposit which goes towards the purchase of it. Yeah. Now, it costs money for us to, obviously, it takes time for us to search. So if 10 people come and say, hey, Slater, I want you to find this, and I sit there all night, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, thank you. Yeah. That deposit just shows me that you're serious. Yeah. And it goes directly towards the purchase. Yeah. So you're not losing anything.
That's good. That's good. Because I know we mentioned that you were going to get some of the big boys eventually.
Yes, eventually. The next, S14 is somewhere in the clouds. It's somewhere in there. There's S14. I don't know if I can go off the Godzilla yet, but definitely either a Sylvia or S14. Probably RX-7.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
One of the big, couple heavy hitters. I actually did have an S14 that was lined up, and I was this close to pulling the trigger.
No, you didn't.
And I didn't. No. And you know why? Why? Because I had my guy in Japan send me. I said, if I'm gonna spend this kind of money, I need to see videos. He got a video from the owner. Within a minute of watching the video, I said I didn't want it. Oh, wow. The paint was flaking. The undercarriage had been bottomed out, and you can see there's so much rust pits, and it just
cars like that are hard to get clean.
Because when you see it online, it looked immaculate. Yeah. And then when you're gonna be dropping that kind of money on a unit, I was like, no, I want to see it. I want to hear it running. I want to see pictures of the door jams, especially because in Japan they do a lot of repaints. Yeah. And a lot of times the repaint's not good. Yeah. They would just tape it up and they just paint it with the doors closed. So when you open it, the door jam's a complete different color. But there's some shops that do really amazing work. So I wanted to make sure that was the right one, and I was, like I said, I was this close to buying it. It was white and it was beautiful. And it just, when I saw the video, it literally destroyed me. I was like, oh, thank God.
I mean, yeah, thank God you did.
But thank God, yeah. Like literally you could see the paint flaking off underneath. And I was like, nope, done. No.
Well, good thing you didn't buy that.
Yeah, well, but I wouldn't have purchased it without my guys checking.
Which is another service that...
It is, so that ties into, that's the price, that goes into what you're paying. Had I not had that and I just went straight off of the website pictures. Yes, exactly. If I had bought it straight from the pictures, that would have been it. That would have been, I would have been toast. And it would have got here, and it was actually a customer, she actually wanted it. And the funny thing is, she has a very large Instagram following.
Oh, really?
Very large.
So it wasn't for you then?
No, but I was this close to getting it. But it would have been a bad situation.
Yeah, because she would have
blasted. Oh, we would have gotten hammered. And I told her, I was like, look, this is, it's not worth it. But I was this close to buying it. And luckily, because of the protocols the procedures that we have in place, I was able to avoid that pitfall. And that's...
And that comes with experience. And having the right people in Japan.
The right people, the right process. Process. That's what it comes down to.
Do you have any final words?
Just, if you have questions about K-Trucks, come in. We'll talk to you. We're never going to be too busy or unapproachable. If you've never driven a K-Truck, you want to see what it feels like, come in, take one for a spin. We're not going to hammer you and try to rubber mallet you to buy a vehicle. And just come in. A lot of times the people, it's such a new thing for a lot of people. It's more a curious thing than come in, okay, I'm ready to buy right now, here's my money. I would say at least 10% of our customers actually come in ready to purchase.
And like know what it is.
Know what they want, ready to purchase. Here's my card, let's do it. And a lot of times, and the rest of the times we take time, we educate the customer about what's going on, we take them, get them comfortable, and they sometimes they go home, they think about it, and they call us back, and we go and pick them up. We let them take it for a long test drive and in different scenarios, and then finally they make a decision. Also, if you live out of Ireland, we do all the shipping.
Someone commented they want one in Georgia. Like
we do, Georgia, but now you gotta just check with your state to see if it's legal. As long as it's legal, we'll ship it straight to the nearest port of where you are, so it doesn't have to come to Hawaii.
But the person would need to pick it up in the port.
Yes, in the port, and because I'm not there to facilitate the registration and all that jazz, that would be something that they need to work out, unfortunately. Because now naturally it's gonna, even if it came here, it's gonna be one fee, and then shipping it out it's another fee, and so we could just have it shipped directly to them in their state.
From here even?
No, even if there's something here, we've had cars shipped to California, and it's only like $800. Last car we shipped over was like $600, and it was just a regular sedan. It's like $600. Through Matson.
Especially if they could figure it out from there. Like go to California with plates and everything. And
then just get it done.
Home or have a company.
And then if they live out of Ireland, we take care of all the registration, all the safety, all the booking, and we drop it off at the docks. It's gonna either be COD or cash, but we handle everything.
So if someone lived in the Big Island, the main island, it would go to a port?
Yes, it will go to one of the ports, and then they will just go and pick it up.
Oh, like normal, not like the whole.
No, it'll be
papers and all that.
No. It'll have Hawaii title. Hawaii, as long as it's within Hawaii, is the same thing. Different islands are all the same. And we'll take care of all the paperwork, but They don't have to call the shipping company, Young Brothers.
Like
they don't have,
broker and all that.
they don't have to do none of that.
That's
Literally
good.
go down to the dock and say, I'm here to pick up my car, here's my ID, and then that's it.
Give me the keys and go.
That's it.
That's good.
And it come with the registration, safety, and everything done.
But,
so, and then we'll do, if they live out around, and we'll do FaceTime, you know, of the vehicle, show them in and out, and they could send, if they have relatives living here, they could send them down to test drive the vehicle, see it, touch it, and
that's a cool thing about Hawaii too.
So we're just here for, you know, to try to make it work.
And a good way to start.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah.
Day one.
Oh my God.
August.
So yes, but I'm looking forward to a very busy year.
Yes, hopefully.
A very, very busy year. So I just want to thank everyone who has supported us, that got us to where we are. And, you know, I mean, for all our future customers, you know, we're here, and just know that we're always going to be here, and we got your back.